friends, I'm Amrita Paryani, an artist, and in today's session you're going to learn how to draw the bird hawk using chalk pastels, oil pastels and other mixed mediums. Let's go for it. Material required for today's session are pencil colors, jelly crayons, chalk pastels, oil pastels, pencil and gel pen. So let's begin today's session. So we start the drawing by drawing a curved line from the corner of the page moving downwards. So this is the beak of the hawk. You will go upwards again and taking it till the middle of the page. Now comes the division of the beak. The second lower part of the beak. These are just simple strokes which you have to just observe and make it as an abstract art. Take the curve slightly upwards and merging it with the page. Now you have the basic drawing of the outline of this. Blend the lower beak and have a slight line marking the eye part. Make a circle here, a semicircle kind of marking the inner eyeball. Giving like a bolder look to the eye. And here we are with the simple drawing. If you need to make some corrections, use your eraser, make the lines better. I feel the mouth can be slightly lower. And this is the simple lines you need to draw. Now starting with the coloring part, I would like to start with a very light shade which is like a skin color, and this is the chalk pastel that I'm going to use. Like I'll be blending it all over. Very light strokes. Take it all over the drawing. You need to take a tissue to blend it. Just remove the extra chalk, blend it. There is a beautiful light shade which is like the base skin color of the bird. Once the blending is done, remove the extra powder and make your sheet clean. If you feel the color has come out some places, you can always use eraser to remove it because this is chalk pastel. You can dust it out. Now coming to the coloring part, let's start with the beak. We will use some shades of jelly crayons. Start with a bright orange. Outline. Fill it up. Strokes preferably same direction. darker oil pastel, center part to show some light effect. Take browns. Using the brown oil pastel here. Geometrical strokes and depth to the beak as well. The sharp end of the beak is marked little brownish. The lower part also slightly darker. Now we use the tissue paper to again blend it. You can have many types of blenders which are readily available in the market. I like to use both the traditional way and use either cotton or a tissue. If you feel you need slightly more light effect some places, you can again use the yellow. So the marking with black we are going to do towards the end. Now there's one more division I want to slightly create with the pencil from here to the center. Here we are going to make a tiny nostril, and let's start shading and blending with a pink jelly crayon. Try to use the strokes one direction, and the lines will give the feather effect too. It's a beautiful color, which is a blend of peach and pink. Some orange on the top. Some tones of pinks, peach and orange to give the skin effect. It gives a nice effect for showing the lighter tones. Blending again with the tissue. So the lower part of the beak we are extending the yellow ochre shade. Till the neck. We'll take some shades of blue here. So starting with the darker blue. Strokes of feather. beautiful hawk you must have ever seen. Because it's abstract art, you can use your imagination to give different shades. So this has almost all 7 colors of rainbow in it, giving it a positive and a bright look. Let your hand move in same direction. Pastels, even marker pens and gel pens. If you feel like blending it slightly, you can use a lighter shade of oil pastel and have some strokes in between to fill up the gaps. Coming towards the head part, again shades of blue. We start with strokes going from inwards to outwards. So give as many lines as you can and start moving outwards. I started with a lighter blue. I am going to use darker blue and some shades of lavender as well. Long strokes. Some tiny strokes here. Bend it towards the eyes. This turquoise green, which is a very beautiful shade, we are giving it towards the eye side. Outer part, using lot of blues here. Changing the colors with shades of blue, purple, strokes of hair and feather we can give. Taking some shade of chalk pastel. Near the beak, we took shade of orange and pink and use some tissue to remove the extra color, giving a darker skin tone. I would like to give some bright pink hair strokes here. Merge it slightly more. Filling up with a brighter pink at the base. So you can see the drawing has shades of blue on the top, pink in the center, again blue towards the down. But with chalk pastels and oil pastels, the blending is very important. Wherever you will want the feather effect to show, you will leave it. Otherwise, you need to blend it very well using pencil colors, oil pastels. You are giving the feather strokes. I always like to use mixed medium because the effect is good. Wherever you want thinner strokes, you can use pencil colors, or bold strokes, oil pastels, and a softer base, you can use your chalk pastels. Coming towards the eye part of it. Okay, now we start with the eyeball of the hawk, which is the most effective part of the hawk. So we start with circular strokes, making it very bright, chrome yellow, jelly crayons, blending it well, making it the brightest. We still to do up with the background, but the center part we want to finish it first, so that if our hand is touching various parts of the art, you have to keep your tissue down under the palm so it doesn't merge, the colors don't spread. Now giving the strokes with orange. To make it as intense as you can, as you blend over the lighter color, the orange is blending with yellow beautifully. And now we'll take some of a very dark red. The jelly crayons blend beautifully. I'm going to give some thin lines to cover the yellow part, and a very deep line and the circular outline. Coming on the inner part, I'll take some violet color . Blending with leaving a white light in the center, blending with black. So this is the base how we are going to make it. Now comes the eyelid part of it. Since this is chalk pastel, it merges well with the base. You can always use a tissue to make it slightly blend it well. Okay, this gives a nice effect. I want to give a line at the outer side with black and some towards the blue side. Give thin hair strokes. Use some yellow around the lip line. Once you start making this, you can't stop making the hairlines. It's a beautiful art, and you go on and on with the feather strokes. Under the beak slightly darker. Shades of skin color under the eye again. If you keep it 90-degree vertical, the lines won't show, the strokes will be very flat. Now I want to give some thin lines with a marker pen, which will give bolder lines, like it will be a neat marking of some feather line. Wherever you need to outline, you can use pencil color, gel pen, marker pen to give your lines very neat. Brown pencil color to give more strokes. Some more chalk pastel to give darker effect on the head. Turquoise blue shade to give with the pink looks awesome. Blend it. Give the edges some darker shades. you feel the patches have spread over the base, you can always use an eraser and tidy it up a bit. So some places I want to give more depth by using black chalk pastel, and it's the part of the eye. Slightly merging it everywhere. Some more black strokes here. Under the beak, as I told you, near the mouth. And now comes the question about the background. Since we have the bird which stays in nature, and you have to give some effect of the nature in the background, I'm going to give a hay effect to the background. So we will use shades of brown and yellow ochre, because this is already very colorful, so we should give a neutral background to it. So I'm going to just make hatching effect, or which is also called as cross lines. So I take both slant lines in one shade, which is yellow ochre, and merge the background with another shade of brown in a cross hatching way. So the lines go opposite with a slightly darker brown shade. So that way the patches that were visible in the background won't be visible, plus you will have some kind of neutral background at the base. Now these are the lines which are prominent, and we are going to use chalk pastel to blend it further. Same way, don't change the direction. You already have oil pastel strokes, and it's almost done. It's a very beautiful yellow effect which is coming, and I'm going to merge it with a tissue paper. The black is blending beautifully. I love the effect, so I'm going to give some more of it on the edge of the board. Take tissue, blend. This highlights your bird beautifully. Sometimes you need a fixative to fix up the colors properly, and it does not smudge at all. So that is available in many brands. You can use any fixative to spray over it so that it stays intact for the longest time. Thank you, friends.